Good Monday morning, everybody. Back on the little backyard pond job. It rained last night and it's a little wet, but it was wet to start with, so not really too much of a change. I'm going to try to come in here today and start stripping all the topsoil off, get it out of the way. I'm going to transfer all that back to the driveway right here. John's up there on the dump truck. We're going to just pile it up. The guy wants it just stockpiled over there beside the garden area. So I'm going to transfer all this back so I can load it out, and if it's still dry enough, probably go ahead and start the pond dam right there and start working our way around. So I've gotten started down here stripping the topsoil off the pond area, laying it back. Out, doing this side, and then I'll go and move over and do the other side right there. Just getting that transferred back, and getting closer to being loaded out. Obviously the dump truck can't back down this far, and really nothing else is going to drive through here enough to move it back, so you just kind of use the excavator. Hopefully it'll all kind of get, that stuff right there is a little drier, it kind of mix it all together and it'll be better. Mixing it together is making it slightly better. Still a lot of mud. But mud normally means it's a good spot for a pond. Go get a load of rock or something to dump down where we got to dump this stuff at, so the truck doesn't get stuck every load. Scoop and dump. So it's going to be the highlight of today. raked all the topsoil off of probably half the pond here. And got it stockpiled right here behind me, beside me, where I can load out in the dump truck when he gets back. What I'm going to do now while I'm waiting on him is I'm going to go ahead and start cutting that edge over there by the house. And I'm going to put a little bit of dirt up there actually between the stairs and the pond to kind of raise that up a little bit, so it doesn't stay wet and muddy right in there. John's back and he made his little pad up there to be able to back the truck on and dump out. And I am loading all this mud and topsoil into the truck, and he's hauling it up there. About 7 scoops is enough. Stuff's pretty heavy. Mud hauling's going pretty good. Doesn't that look like a mess? It is one. Getting all that stripped off and thrown back here and hauled off, and then as you can tell, I started digging a little bit of the pond, and once I get all this topsoil out of the way, I can start moving that clay and building the pond dam. It's going to be a narrow little pond, but it's all it'll fit in here. Can't go in the woods, it's not their property. So I'm gonna start working on the pond now. I think we came up with a game plan. We're gonna bring the 160 here tomorrow. That way I can cut all this dirt, pile it right here. He can transfer it to me while I go ahead and build the dam and work my way out with it. I guess when they did this house or driveway or foundation, they took all the old rebar and left it on the edge and buried it with the grass. I'm gonna lay this over here. I might pull a couple pieces out of it. Most of it's kind of mangled up. Lay that right there. Let that dry out a little bit. A little muddy and rusty. So what I'm going to do right now is pretty much that side line that I cut right there is going to be the edge of the pond. I'm going to make a pass and cut that and pile the dirt up right here. We'll probably end up digging this down a little lower, but I don't want to dig it down any lower right now because it's going to fill it with water tonight. That way it can drain. I'm trying not to end up with more mud than what I already have. So I can get that where it'll drain tonight, and we'll get back here in the morning and really make headway on it pretty much. I'll pile all this dirt up right here. clay right back in its spot. Kind of one of those ponds where you just got to use whatever you can find to make it work. I mean, you can tell water's not a problem, so between this and the clay, piling it up, it's not going to be a very tall dam. It's pretty much just going to be a hole in the ground. It should be all right. So kind of a slow day today. We got all this topsoil out, about 25 loads. And I started digging the pond. I didn't want to dig too much because I knew I wasn't going to have enough time this afternoon to finish it. So I didn't close the dam off over there. We're going to bring the 160 tomorrow and help transfer dirt. And I'll transfer all this clay down there and start building the pond dam. Work my way back on around here and we'll get all this knocked out.